Good morning, sweetheart. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I always have to think about what the day is, but happy Tuesday. I wanted to come real quick before I started with work and telling you about, what God blessed me with this morning in prayer. So I thought it was just so vital for where we are right now because it's a lot that we really need to do in order to really see a lot of stuff change in our lives. And as I was in prayer, God had me really praying about self-care. And not self-care in the fact of, well, getting sleep and exercising and stuff like that. That's important too. But the self-care God revealed to me this morning was more of a spiritual self-care. Because I was doing some a powerful prayer last night, and it brought me and it carried over into this morning. And the Lord revealed how we need to do spiritual self-care. And with spiritual self-care, really that's about forgiveness. It's about purging. It's a purging in a sense. It's a renunciation of some things. It's about, just getting rid of fears and just changing your mind about some of the things that you've been in. Whether it was just not loving your brother, your sister, just, carrying any type of hate, any type of unforgiveness, any type of weight that you can be in spiritually, just to do like a purging and to really start focusing on you and things that you need to do. Because again, a lot of things that we're not seeing manifested in our life is because we're holding on to some stuff that we should have let go of. And because we're holding on to it, it opens the door to so many unnecessary issues that end up being natural health issues. So I just was so enlightened this morning, so excited this morning, because I could see how God was taking me through a journey of real self-care, real spiritual self-care. I'm taking care of my body in its natural sense, but taking care of my spirit, my soul, is another thing that we don't think about at all. And we'll be walking around in guilt and shame and all kind of stuff that we need to let go of. And so I just wanted to urge you this morning to start doing a spiritual self-care. I'm almost 50 years old, and I just kept thinking, God, I'm too old to be upset with folks and walk around in unforgiveness and being mad at people for stuff that happened when I was a child, being still holding on to hurt and any abuse or neglect or whatever, disappointments and stuff like that. I just don't want to. I don't even want to think about that stuff no more. I don't even want it to affect me anymore, because sometimes we don't think about stuff, but it affects us. And God don't even want it to affect us, not just kind of bury it and not deal with it, but He wants us to release it, deal with it by acknowledging it, releasing it, asking for forgiveness from it, um, really like renouncing some stuff and separating yourself from, all kind of hate and anger and jealousy, competition, whatever it is. I promise you, you just be on a path to real healing and peace and joy. Like, you'll be on a different path and you'll have a different glow about you, a different feel about you. I know I do already. I just started last night with it, and I woke up this morning just feeling so much freer because I can't control people, but I can control me. I can't control, um, how people treat me, but I can control how I treat them. I don't have to be petty. I don't have to be, nasty. I don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? It's just, these are choices that we make, but we make choices based off of not just emotions. It runs deeper than that. Just really off of trauma. These are just defense mechanisms. And I wanted to get rid of my mechanisms and replace it with God's. And that's what I urge you today is just put down what you use to fight with, what you use to get a resolve, and pick up God's way. And that way is so much more peaceful, it's so much better. But I'm just excited because that was something that I didn't really think about doing as far as self-care, which was just laying down, weights and things that just weighed me down, and I didn't even realize it. So I started praying about it and asking God, just reveal some stuff to me, because I know there's some things I really do need to get rid of, but then there's other things that you don't know. And you just really don't know what you don't know. But if you really want to know, God will show it to you. And you can begin to deal with it. And so I just feel so much better this morning, so much more free on this morning. And I'm like, God, I think this is where you want your people to be. You want us to be really free indeed. And a lot of us are not free indeed because we're still holding on to stuff that we should be letting go of. That we shouldn't even be struggling with, but we are. We're struggling with trying to love people. We're struggling with trying to be kind and nice, and we're struggling with, issues that we really shouldn't be struggling with. Unforgiveness. They made me mad 15 years ago and I'm still upset. That's crazy. That's crazy. I refuse to hold grudges. I refuse to give it that much energy, that much time and effort and space in my life. I refuse to do it. I need that space for greatness. And you need that space for greatness too. So, it's okay to go on that personal journey of self-care, that natural journey of self-care where you're really trying to better yourself, whether it's, physically with working out, losing weight, getting massages just medically, and, whether it's going back to school, whatever it is you feel like you need to put yourself first with, that's all nice and good. But it ain't gonna be worth nothing when you're still miserable. And there's just something there that is still just is not making this the best that it could be. You know, I could lose 15 pounds this week and still be unhappy with myself because it's something deeper than the weight. I could get a new job, make more money, but the job ain't the issue. It's why I ain't happy with a new job. And God don't want to bring us into this new season of overflow and blessings, and where it should be joyous occasions, and because He give us blessings that add no sorrow. Then why are we not happy? Because there's other stuff that we need to do. Because we'll end up self-sabotaging, still connecting with wrong people and all kind of stuff because we're not free. So I really compel you to just do some spiritual self-care. Now is the time. Now is the time. Take time, some quiet time at night, and just think about all the things that you need to really move on from, purge yourself, separate yourself from, whether it's people, things, emotions, ideas, whatever it is, false teachings, stuff, false doctrine, stuff that people taught you, stuff that you learned over the years that ain't right, stuff that you picked up from society, societal rules that don't match God's rule. I mean, whatever it is that you've held on to as truth that's not making you free, let it go. Replace it with God's truth. So that's what I wanted to share this morning. I didn't want to go real deep. I just wanted to share that because I did such a good purging last night, and I ain't gonna say it was on accident. I think God has a plan and a purpose. Like, everything happened for a reason. But I was a part of a powerful prayer group last night, and the apostle just was teaching on just deliverance, self-deliverance, and things of that nature. But it led into self-care, spiritual self-care, for growth, for it just benefits you mentally, emotionally, or spiritually when you begin to release some things. And so even stuff I don't understand, I released it. All kind of stuff. I was just letting go. And I just urge you to do that too. Just begin to release some things that don't benefit you. It don't serve you at all. So let it go. And especially, I'm so compelled to say, just ideas, things that you really want and that's not of God, let it go. These fantasies and stuff, let it go. Let it go. And begin to just desire God, desire His presence, desire His love and His care. I was in prayer on Sunday night, and it was so much coming at me, but what really stuck out was the power that works in you, the power that works in you. And I was like, what is the power that works in me? He said, according to the power that works in you, according to the power that works in you. Remember, and I said, God, what does that mean? And I was just, in prayer about that, and it was revealed like faith is the power that works in you. You know that faith is the only measure that God gave everybody. He gave everybody just a measure of it. And it was up to you to grow that faith. It was up to you to build it. You know, you had to grow your faith, build your faith, strengthen your faith. It was up to you to increase your faith, and that's your power. See, not everybody got the Holy Spirit, although God left the Holy Spirit as a comforter. Not everybody has the Holy Spirit in them, trust me. But He don't give you a measure of the Holy Spirit. He just gave you the Holy Spirit. You can't increase the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the Holy Spirit, right? You can't increase your salvation. You just saved, right? What is the only thing that you have to grow and have in is faith? Because He gave us a measure. So we have to grow it. We have to increase it. We have to feed it. We have to use it. We have to exercise it. We have to do so much to increase faith, and faith is our power. So I just can't urge you enough to increase your faith in God on today. Increase your faith in what He's able to do. Increase your faith in Him, not in people, not in your job, not in this economy, not in the news, all this other crazy stuff. Increase your faith in God. Trust in Him. Love on Him. Desire Him. I'm telling you. And in all your ways, acknowledge Him. Okay? But do some self-care on today. Do some spiritual self-care. Purge. Cleanse. Do some self-deliverance when it comes to things that you've attached yourself to, or allow things to be attached to you. Begin to release and begin to trust God and watch Him work. Watch things change in your life. It's true. It will. So I'm excited for you, and can't wait to see what God does in your life. So remember, exercise your faith, because that's the thing. That's the power that's working in you. A lot of people forget that verse. He said, what's it got to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think, according to the power that works in you. It's according to the power that works. And people forget that. They say the one verse because it sounds real good, but it's according to the power that works in you. And I remember I prayed such a strong prayer to have some things and removed, and have some things changed. And I believe, and I know my faith is strong. I know my faith gave me strong, honey. And I tell you what, I prayed it on Sunday. Monday, I saw the change. It's because I trust God. And that measure of faith has grown up, and it's stronger. It's more powerful. So remember, that's your power, your faith level. So you don't see a lot of stuff happen. You don't see the exceedingly abundantly. You don't see real overflow because, well, your faith game ain't up. Pick that up. Pick it up. Level, get it leveled up. And you have the ability to do that. You have to do that. You know, you have to exercise it every day. God, I trust you. God, I love you. God, I need you. You got to worship. You got to study. And you got to really know who God is. That you ain't going to be moved. You ain't going to be moved. And you ain't going to be fooled either. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to get to work. I'm just excited about what God is doing. And I hope you are too. So take care of yourself. And I do mean that. Literally. Take care. I love you. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye.